Louise, what's your prediction re the election day? Do you think one has actually been set in Albo's mind at least?
In Albo's mind, probably yes. But my prediction would be May 10 because it's the last week of before May 17 when they have to go to election. It allows them to get a federal budget through, which means they can pack it full of sweeteners to try and woo the electorate. I don't know how that's going to go. You know, cost of living measures, extra security, border security, all the things that wind people up.
Can they afford to do that, though? I've seen speculation that they don't want to wait until the budget is handed down because it would be too ugly for voters.
Yes, well, possibly, but I still feel May 10 may be the date, but I think they'll string it out for the opposition to make them campaign really, really hard before showing their hand as well.
But Kel, do you think that he could go earlier than that, or are you with Louise?
Yes. My guide on this is Peta Credlin, because I think Peter is really smart, and Peter has been saying for a long time now, in fact, he won't risk a budget, Louise. That's what Peter's been suggesting, because whatever he does with the budget, no matter how sweet he tries to make it, it's going to just expose their economic mismanagement and the enormous debt that Australia is falling into. The budget papers will look so bad he can't afford the budget. Now, that means he really can't have the Parliament sitting in March, so he's got to call an election early enough so that the Parliament is not sitting in March. March 8th is the WA state election, so anytime he can call it. He can't run the election when the WA election is on, but he could even have called the date while it's on, because he's got to have 33 days minimum from when he calls the date to when the election is held. But that's not a maximum. He could call it for a longer period of time just to make sure Parliament never sits and his budget. See, I don't agree, Louise. I just don't think he can produce a budget sweet enough.
Do you think the April 12 date, and I saw Samantha Maiden report this yesterday, it seems to be firming up for some people as the most likely. But Kel, April is not a traditional date. The governments go to elections. It's Easter. I know April 12 is also the Jewish Passover, and the government is on the nose enough with Jewish Australians. Getting close. People are on school holidays. They're away from home. Do you think April could be likely?
Look, the problem is this is a desperate Prime Minister. He is seeing private polling we're not seeing. And his behaviour in Queensland is making it really clear this is a man who's seeing really bad numbers in those private polling. He is desperate. So whatever date he chooses, it's not going to be the ideal date. It's going to be the date he has to go. He doesn't really have a choice.
Well, he would like to leave it for another year. That much is clear.